Student friends, in yesterday's lecture, we studied the construction of N channel and P channel junction FETs, and we concluded that N channel FET has got conduction charge carriers, electrons. P channel junction FET has a conduction charge carriers as a holes. We also studied that during construction, three terminals are associated with the FET. One is a source, second one is a drain, and third one is a gate. Source is the terminal from which the charge carriers are liberated into the FET. Drain is the terminal through which the charge carriers are drained out from the FET. Gate is the terminal that controls the drain current. Such a device, we can call it as it is a field effect transistor. Student friends, today we are going to consider the biasing of N channel FET, to which also we can call it as it is the operation of N channel FET, or it is working of N channel FET. Friends, try to remember, here we are going to consider the working of only N channel FET, but you have to prepare yourself operation of P channel FET. Let me begin with operation of N channel FET. Friends, we are well aware that N channel FET is represented here. It is an N type of semiconducting bar, as we have studied yesterday, on which to the both sides, to the left as well as to the right, P type of semiconducting layer is deposited. And hence there is a formulation of P-N junction, and in between these two P layers, a N type of channel is created. That channel, as a being, it is a N type, so that's why it is called as N channel junction FET. Both the P type of layers are connected with each other, so as to call that terminal as a gate. Ohmic contact is taken from the bottom of N type of substrate, it is called as a source. Ohmic contact is taken from the top of the substrate, it is called as a drain. With this particular information associated with N channel FET, let me study now working of N channel FET. To understand the working of N channel FET, one has to know how the FET is biased. Till and until FET is biased in a proper way, it doesn't conduct the current. So that's how we can say. To allow FET to work, to allow FET to conduct the current, the input junction, that is gate to source junction, it is always reverse biased. Try to remember, friends. In case of BJT, when it is going to be act as an amplifier, its input junction is forward biased, whereas output junction is reverse biased. But in case of FET, input junction, that is gate to source terminal, is reverse biased. Always remember that if FET is of N channel, then gate terminal is of P type. Because both P region which are doped at the center to the left and right side, they are termed as a gate. So that's why gate is of p-type, whereas FET is of n-channel FET. This channel is of n-type, whereas gate is of p-type. So that's why to reverse bias gate to source terminal, we have to connect an external battery, which is represented in this particular figure, that is most probably named as VGG. It is connected in such a way that negative terminal of the battery is connected to the gate, whereas positive terminal of the battery is connected to the source. Because source is of n-type, whereas gate is of p-type, by connecting negative terminal of the battery to the p region, positive terminal of the battery to the source, especially for the n region, gate to source terminal is reverse biased. When gate to source terminal is reverse biased by the battery voltage VGG, it will develop voltage between gate and source terminal. It is named as VGS. That is voltage between gate and source, to be represented as VGS. Just connecting battery doesn't allow the FET to work, because its supply voltage now applied is 0. When VGG is 0, VGS is 0, as being VGS is 0, the channel width of n-channel FET is a maximum. Channel width is maximum. As being channel width is maximum, if suppose source and drain are properly biased, the liberated charge carrier from source, almost all charge carriers will be drained out towards the drain. As being width is more, hence the drain current will be more. So that means when applied gate to source voltage VGS is 0, then channel width of FET is more. So that's why emitted electrons from the source, liberated electrons from the source as a charge carriers, they will be drained out towards the drain. Hence the drain current is maximum, provided that drain and source are properly biased. Now increase VGG, so that VGS is going to increase. As a being gate and source is reverse biased, the P region and N region, the junction which is formulated, it is also reverse biased. Same is the case here also. This P region, which is already treated as a gate, and here N region, in between that there is a junction, it is also reverse biased. And now we are increasing gate to source voltage. So that's why width of depletion layer between P region and N region increases like this on both the sides. As width of depletion layer between P region and N region increases, as we have studied in PN junction diode, channel width decreases. So that's why electrons liberated from the source reaches to the drain, no doubt about that, but they will reach in less in number. So that's why drain current is reduced. When we further increase gate to source voltage, further width of depletion layer increases like this. Again channel width decreases so as to decrease the drain current. If you increase gate to source voltage till further, width of depletion layer further increases on both the sides. So that's why every time channel width decreases. This will decrease. This will allow less number of charge carriers to reach to the drain. Hence the drain current decreases. If you go on increasing gate to source voltage, a stage will be reached at which on both the sides width of depletion layer increases and they are going to touch with each other. When those are going to touch with each other, liberated charge carriers unable to reach towards the drain. So that's why drain current becomes zero, and we can say FET is pinched off. FET is pinched off. Drain current becomes totally zero. Dear students, what we have seen from this particular working aspect of N-channel FET, and that is gate to source voltage develops the field within the FET. Thus, the gate to source voltage controls the field. By controlling the field, one can control the drain current. So that's why we can say FET is field controlled device or FET is voltage controlled device. Student friends, once again I will repeat. As we are aware that gate and source is reverse biased by means of a battery VGG. At the cost of that, voltage developed between gate and source is VGS. When VGS is 0, normal depletion layer is present between P and N region on both the sides. So that's why channel width is more. So that emitted almost all charge carrier reaches to the drain. Hence drain current is more. As we go on increasing gate to source voltage, depletion layer between P region and N region starts increasing like this on both the sides simultaneously. When width of depletion layer on both the sides between gate and source increases, naturally every time channel width goes on decreasing, so as to reduce the drain current every time. But at a particular gate to source voltage at which both the depletion layer touches with each other and channel width becomes 0, the gate for emitted charge carriers will be closed. Hence no charge carrier will reach to the drain. Hence the drain current is 0. Under such a condition, the FET is said to be goes to pinch off. This is the aspect we have studied when gate to source voltage is reverse biased. But this is the half of the working. Another aspect of working of FET is that about drain and source. Friends, drain and source is always forward biased. Drain and source is always forward biased. And let us see what happens when drain and source is forward biased, which is represented in this particular figure. In this case, what we did, for your understanding, the VGC is removed. It is shorted to it is grounded, and battery terminal VDD is connected between drain and source. Because of battery terminal connected between drain and source, it is connected in such a way that positive terminal is connected to the drain, whereas a negative terminal is connected to the source, so that this will forward biases drain and source. Due to forward biasing, the source starts liberating the charge carriers. Here, as a being FET of N channel, it liberates the electrons. And these liberated electron will start moving towards the drain because drain has a positive potential. Look at here. Positive terminal is connected. Charge of electrons are negative, they will be attracted towards the drain, and that's why naturally drain current will start flowing through the FET. When this happens, during this particular situation, in between drain and source, internally a resistance is going to be created. That resistance we can call it as a drain to source resistance. That resistance is called as represented by RDS, or sometimes it is called as RD also. Due to forward biasing of drain to source, internally between drain and source, a resistance is going to be generated within the channel. The value of resistance toward the source, it is less, whereas value of resistance toward the drain, it becomes decreases so as to increase the current. So generated internally resistance, we can call it as it is RDS, that is source to drain resistance. Due to connected VDD, what happens is it will allow source to liberate the charge carriers. If the FET is N channel, it will liberate electrons. If FET is of P channel, it will liberate holes. Liberated electrons will move towards the drain, and it will allow drain current to pass through it. Due to voltage developed between drain and source, it is VDS. This is what that happens when the FET is forward biased. Now we are going to combine both, that is VCC we are going to connect simultaneously, and also we are going to connect the VDD. This is represented in this particular figure. So this is again N channel FET to which VGG is connected to reverse bias gate to source to develop the VGS. Battery VDD is connected to forward bias drain and source to develop the voltage VDS between drain and source. Now as being VDS is forward bias, due to applying some particular voltage, the source will start liberating the charge carriers. This charge carrier will start flowing towards the drain provided VGG supplied is 0, that is VGS is 0 because the channel width is more. Hence the drain current is maximum. Now apply the same VDD or VDS, we can say. Increase VGS by increasing VGG. This will increases width of depletion layer. Look at here, like this, which will reduces the channel width. That's why out of a liberated source charge carriers, they not all reaches to the drain, few will reach, and this will reduce the drain current. If you goes on increasing gate to source voltage further increase in width of depletion layer between P and N on both the sides, this will increase and till reduces the channel width so as to reduce the drain current again. Finally, at a particular voltage known as pinch off voltage provided by the VGS, both the depletion layer is going to meet with each other. It will close the channel for the flow of charge carriers, that is electrons, liberated from the source, which are unable to move towards the drain, hence drain current becomes 0. Thus, when VGS is 0, drain current is maximum. When VGS reaches to the pinch off voltage, drain current becomes equal to 0. Friends, this is how the N channel FET works. This is how N channel FET is biased to get device to be worked out. And this is what we can call it as operation of N channel FET. Friends, it is but natural to say that you have to write the operation of P channel FET. For P channel FET, what changes are to be done, I will tell you and try to think over that and write it yourself. What is to be done? You have to consider the P channel FET. What are the changes? This semiconductor is of P type, whereas these two regions are of N type. That is a change. Now channel is of P type, gate is of N type. So that's why these polarity should be changed. Here positive terminal is connected to the gate, negative terminal is connected to the source. Because in p-channel FET, gate is of n-type. Same FET we have to consider here. In this case, the polarity of VDD is also changed for a p-channel FET. You have to connect negative terminal to the gate, positive terminal to the source, because source has to emit the holes, liberate the holes. Consider the same FET here. This channel should be of p-type. These regions are of n-type. Polarity of VGG should be reversed. Polarity of VDD should be reversed. And you have to explain only with the difference that current is conducted by means of holes but not by means of electrons in case of p-channel FET. Student friends, that's all about operation of n-channel ZFET, and requesting that you have to prepare yourself about the working, operation and biasing of p-channel FET. While preparing that particular aspect, that is operation of p-channel FET, if you have got any doubts, any problem, try to contact me on my mobile number, on my Gmail mail ID, and also on WhatsApp group. Today we'll stop. Next time we'll go for next part of the FET.